I was done with my senior year in December of 1976, so I didn't need to return to high school, Lincoln High School of Tacoma. I decided that rather than going to Tacoma Community College, which is where most of my friends went, because I lived in the city of Tacoma, I would branch out and go to as far away from home as I could while still living at home and driving back and forth. And so that for me was Fort Steilacoom Community College, which is now Pierce College. So I came out and I was just so excited to see that they had a criminal justice program. My first quarter in school, there was this young, vivacious, energetic woman named Professor Johnson, Michelle Johnson. And I thought, oh my goodness, look at her. She's so totally awesome. She asked me and a couple of other girls that were in the program, we were definitely in the minority, what our academic pursuits were and what our career pursuits were. And I told her, well, I want to be an FBI agent or some type of federal agent, but I've been told that it's a pipe dream or it's probably not possible for me to do this. And so she said, well, I think you've been misinformed. So she helped me research, what it would take. But it was Michelle who said, as a woman and as a woman of color from East Tacoma, you can do this. Just because no one has ever done it before, there has to be a first, but you must prepare yourself. You must be better. You must run faster. You must run harder. You must shoot better. You must speak better. You must have a better relationship with your clients. You have to be better to pave the way for those to come behind you. And I just believed in her. She had a way about her of making me believe that what she was saying was true, because she was a first in her field. So, got into that program, put my nose to the grindstone, thought, well, what am I going to do? If I'm going to be a federal agent, I need a part-time job. So I went and got a work-study job as a GS2, and the lowest pay grade is GS1. I was a GS2 with the Department of Agriculture, the Olympic National Forest. I became a forest ranger of sorts out in the Olympics. Michelle was very excited about that because it was also non-traditional and out there in the Olympics. Did that, then advanced, graduated from Pierce, and actually finished my 4-year degree here on the same campus at the Central Washington University campus satellite program. After I finished my 4-year degree, I wanted to, at that point, still become a federal agent, but I found out that the FBI would move me away from home. So I did an internship while I was at Central with the Washington State Department of Corrections as a probation officer. So I went to work at McNeil Island as a guard, and I worked in the cell house. And I was amongst the first group of females to work in the cell house. So I left McNeil Island and I went to the city of Kent, which had a new generation jail. And so I left the city of Kent and went to King County for probation experience. And this was at the time when the Green River Killer was very active. And so I worked the SeaTac Strip area, which is where many of the women were abducted because of prostitution. And many of my clients were abducted, and so that was very difficult as a young probation officer to lose women to a serial killer. But it was really good experience working for King County. I was there for 2 years, and I was actually recruited to the federal court. So I was appointed to the U.S. District Court in December of 1990, the first female of any color to do field work in a Western District of Washington in post-conviction. My first weapon was a .357 Smith & Wesson. Myself and the other girls would paint red nail polish on the front scope to line it up so we could hit the target. My first assignment was Western Washington, but more like out Mount Rainier and Elbe. I had clients that were bank robbers that lived in Elbe, so I worked until I was 56 and a half, and on September 30th of 2015, I retired. And I loved every day of it. But Pierce College was always near and dear to me. Even though I did have a relationship with Centralia College, on the Criminal Justice Board of Directors and teaching there, Pierce College was where my heart was. And so Dr. Michelle Johnson, having been a life mentor for me professionally, reached out to me after she heard that my mother had passed and asked if I would consider looking at putting in an application and being looked at by the foundation board. When I found out about the foundation board, I thought, oh my goodness, that is the ultimate place to make a positive impact. I really think that had I not met Michelle Johnson, I wouldn't have had that one person whose hand was gently placed in my back saying, you can do it, you can do it.